We're recording.
Hello.
I'm going to be very careful.
Very careful.
Not to hit the stand.
Careful, careful, careful.
Lori and Walker's podcast test, take 11. This time we are using the our iPhone, but we're using the camera that faces outward, not the selfie camera, because we want to see what the quality is. I'm going to scoot back a little bit. Hopefully we'll be close together, just to make sure we're in. I can always zoom in when I'm doing the editing.
That's true.
So, all right,
So,
so we're using our Star Wars conversation cards that we got in London, and to do our test question, the Force. I'm going to do one on the Force. All right. So, if you could pick your Jedi Master, whose Padawan would you want to be? What qualities do you find admirable in that Jedi Master? So, if you could pick your Jedi Master, who would it be, and what qualities do you find admirable in that Jedi Master? Oh, there's so many. Mine's easy. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
It would be Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Because I'm a Luke girl.
Yeah.
There's no better Jedi Master than Luke Skywalker. I said it. And what qualities do I find admirable? I just feel like he's humble. All right. There was a point when he went dark. All right.
Oh, yeah.
In the expanded universe, there was a point where he decided, let me see about go to the dark side, and maybe that's the way I could overcome the evil, as if I joined them. But he quickly learned that was probably not the best case.
Was that Dark Empire?
Yeah. Dark Empire, yeah. I think Luke's my favorite Jedi Master. He's just humble. He comes from humble beginnings. He was a farm boy. He had, less than average. I mean, an average life. He just, nothing spectacular. And that's the way he grew up. He was an adult before he became a Jedi, so he could have valued just having that life.
Yeah.
What about you?
I was gonna say either Obi-Wan or Yoda, but now that you say it, probably Luke as well, because like you said, he was very humble, and his Jedi Order was much more flexible than, say, the Jedi Order of the Galactic Republic, where they were all politics and you're not allowed to have any relationships with anybody.
That's true.
And Luke, and they didn't allow for dark side training, but Luke, he was much more flexible. You were allowed to have a relationship with someone. You could study the Force from the dark side or anything like that. He
allowed you to explore.
He allowed you to explore much, much more.
He was more forgiving.
Much more forgiving. I'd probably say the most forgiving out of all of them.
I think that Luke, at least in the expanded universe, and I feel like even in the new canon, right? He ran away. I don't agree with that part. I don't think that he would have done the Obi-Wan Kenobi, I'm going to live in solitude.
Exile?
Yeah, even if had it gone in the expanded universe direction, I think even if the same sort of thing happened, right? Well, it did, right?
It did.
Right? It did. Jason, what happened to Ben was what happened to Jason, in essence, right?
Yep.
And yes, he withdrew. He beat himself up about it.
Yep.
He took responsibility for it, and he retreated a little bit. Yeah. But ultimately, I think the other thing, because he was able to have that relationship, and he was able to have that child, that child was what helped pull him out. In the new canon, he didn't have that, so he was able to retreat.
Yeah. See, if he had a child, I don't think he would have retreated, but since he doesn't have a child in that timeline, there was nothing for him to look back to help him.
So I guess the answer is that we both choose Luke Skywalker of the expanded universe.
Yep. Oh, definitely.
That would be the Jedi Master that we would want to train under.
If you read those books, you know how powerful he becomes.
Well, it wasn't even just how powerful. Well, he was. I mean, they said he was the most powerful Jedi.
Yeah.
But I just think he was a real person, as opposed to. I mean, I love Yoda.
Yeah.
I love Mace Windu. I love Obi-Wan Kenobi. I love, so many of the Jedi Masters out there. One's in the old expanded universe and one's in the new universe.
Yep.
But none of them really
They were blinded by politics.
Yeah, and none of them were just normal people
Yeah.
who had this new mantle put on them, and they had to deal with it.
And also, they didn't have to worry about any Sith for most of their lives until
That's true.
Yeah, Palpatine showed up and then
So those are our answers.
Yeah.
We both had the same answer.
yeah. I'm satisfied. I
Like
like that.
mother like son, as
Yep.
they say. So, all right, we'll take a look. Hopefully it shot well because that was a good conversation.
Oh yeah.
I think that was a good conversation.
Oh yeah.
I want to keep that one.
Yeah. Me too.
So that's about it.
Yeah.
Ciao.